to some of my other social media, you know that a couple months ago I ordered some new um, Ludwig drum sets, and they finally came in. I I couldn't decide on classic maple or classic oak, and so I got both. And I also have a classic birch kit. So now pretty much I have. I don't have all of the Ludwig lines, of course, but I have pretty much um, the the spread that I feel good about. Um, I just got to this shop to teach today, and the drums are here, so I thought I would do a quick. I'm gonna open the two 10-inch toms for you on camera so we can check out um, the finish and make sure all the options are right. I should have a box cutter instead of scissors, but any port in a storm, right? Also, you may have noticed that my content has been a little slow as of late. And just to keep you all informed as what's going on, because you totally need to know my life story. Trying to sell my house and move, and that has made it's made everything else more complicated, especially making videos for y'all. So I apologize that the videos have been slower than normal, but life is complicated. All right, I didn't even pay attention to whether this is the maple or the oak. So, so it's the maple. So the maple kit is green sparkle. Kind of really found myself liking the color green more as I get older, and sparkles are always really snazzy. Oh, it's so pretty. So this is the classic maple, right, with the regular, what, 45-degree bearing edge. So the standard Ludwig with a little round over just at the very top. So I went with what they call the mock lugs or the long lugs, because they look cool. Don't they look cool? I think they look cool. And then I went with, this is like very old school of me. The tom mounts are mounted on the shells, and I could explain why. I'm unconvinced that isolation mounts really do anything to a drum that I want done. If you think about a lot of times what goes on when you're either miking a drum for like live sound or for recording, a lot of times if the drum is super duper resonant, you either have to tune some of the resonance out or use different heads to get some of the resonance out, or moon gel or other types of muffling. And there is the philosophy that says, well, it's better to have too much resonance because you can always muffle it down, versus not enough, you can't add it. But these tom mounts, I did some like experimenting, and these tom mounts seem like the happy medium. Oh, I'm bad. I forget what these are called. Yep. Yeah, I'm not even going to pretend that I remember. But so these are the Ludwig's newer triad, maybe. But so it's an on-the-shell mount, but it's only on the shell at the 2 points where the bolts are, and then I don't know if you can see well, but there's a gap in the middle there. So it's really it's kind of, for me, what I'm looking for is the best of both worlds. So this is how it came out of the box. You saw I didn't touch a drum key. Sounds like a tom. That's pretty cool. Okay, so green sparkle. So then the other kit is the classic oak, which this is their newer version of the Keystone X. So the kit that I had the last couple of years, the white marine pearl, those were Keystone X drums. And the reason that I got rid of them for this is because when those came out, the Keystone X, one of the ways that they kept the price a little bit lower was they, you couldn't, it wasn't, you know, one of the custom series or classic series or whatever, so you couldn't order custom sizes. You had to take the tom sizes that they had. And when I ordered them, I kind of knew, hey, these aren't exactly the sizes that I want, but I'll live with them. But then once they added the oak drums to the custom series, right, even though they're called classic, but they're, you know, there's this whole sheet. If you go on the Ludwig website, there's a, they call it a configurator, right? And you put in the shell you want, and then you put in the sizes, and yada, yada, yada. And when Keystone X, when the Keystone drums first came out, and then when they revamped it to Keystone X, those weren't custom lines. Those were just the, you know, a limited size of toms. And so they were cool, and you've heard videos of those drums. Those drums sound amazing, but I always want things just so, and so I decided that that I would go with a custom set of the oak drums and get rid of the white marine pearl drums. In a perfect world where I was like totally rich, I would have kept the white marine pearl drums and gotten a set of classic of custom size oak drums, but I don't live in that perfect world yet, so aha! Oh, so pretty. And so the oak drums, I figured I would take advantage of their limited burgundy pearl, which, I mean, wow, that's pretty, right? Also with the long lugs, because I decided oak wasn't heavy enough on its own. And these ones are the bearing edge. So on the maple drums, the bearing edge, you know, if this is the outside wall of the drum, the bearing edge looks like that. So the head rests right on the outside ply. On the oak drums, the bearing edge is a point in the middle, so the head kind of can sit a little bit flatter before it gets to the outside wall. So my drum builder person who I trust the most, the way he explained the different sounds of those two bearing edges, is that when the head sits closer to the edge, so the maple, the drum is going to have a little bit more overtone spread, a little bit more rich sound, and with the bearing edge being more in the middle of the shell, it's going to be a more focused sound. I don't know. Let me give this one a tap for you too. So tune a little lower. But so the sizes of the two kits are similar. The oak drums, I actually got a couple extra drums because I'm envisioning that the oak drums will be the drums that live, will be my main studio kit. Partly because they're the heaviest out of the three, the classic birch, the classic maple, and the classic oak. And so it just makes sense for them to be the ones that live in the studio and then take the other ones around. Which isn't to say I'll never take these out on shows, but the plan is that these are mostly the studio drums. So let's look at them together, shall we? Oh, and the same deal with the mounts. I think it's Triad, whatever, the on the shell mount. So here are the two 10-inch toms. I'm gonna go over on Instagram Live, I think, in a few minutes and do the 12-inch toms. I want to go through all the boxes to make sure they have the right heads and all the options are right. I feel good that I got through the first two and the options are right, like they're the correct lugs, the correct tom mounts. Let's hope that that means the whole kit will be like that. All right, thanks for watching. I'd like to tell you that I'll have these kits set up soon so you can hear them, but they're probably going to live at the drum shop until I sell my house and move into a new house is the real answer. So I wanted to at least open the boxes and tease all of us and say, hey, wow, look at these cool drums that I'll be able to play someday, maybe. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all again soon. Oh my goodness, how do I stop it?